services to parents. I'll leave the link in my bio so that you can check out that at drtinaoneal.com. But before I get into the purpose of this video, I first want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a former special education teacher, coordinator, and consultant, and I'm also a mother of 4 beautiful children, ages ranging from 5 to 13. So I started Sacred Educational Conversations for one purpose only, and that was to help parents truly take the guessing aspect out of helping their children be successful in school. So the purpose of this YouTube channel will be to discuss and demonstrate some of these strategies and tips and tricks that I use with my own children that I want to give to you so that you can use them with your children to help them be successful in school. So with no further ado, let's get into the video. I am going to give you 5 tips to help your children be successful and ready to go back to school. And if you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to give you one additional tip that's going to make sure that your child is super successful as they return back to school. So the first tip that I'm going to give you is what I like to call the space. And the space is a perfect place in your home where your child can be super successful at doing their homework and their projects. This space should be equipped with the essentials of supplies that your child needs. So paper, construction paper, pencils, markers, colored pencils, things of that nature, where your child will have these supplies at their fingertips and they don't need to come to you to ask you for specific things. My personal suggestion is to get this stuff before school starts and set it up so that it's there when they come home and they can go to that space. I also truly recommend that this space is not in your child's room where they have access to technology, including computers, laptops, tablets, video games, televisions, and things like that. You don't want to have that at their fingertips. Only the essential supplies that they need to complete their homework. You can also have books in their learning space, learning toys in their learning space, and things of that nature. So the next tip number 2, is what I like to call the Flexi Schedule. And the Flexi Schedule is essentially a large whiteboard schedule that you can pick up from OfficeMax or Staples, where you list out your children's extracurricular activities, sports, birthdays, holidays, and you have this in a central area so that they can see it on a daily basis of what their schedule is, and that will help them stay organized throughout the weeks and essentially help them feel more comfortable about what it is that they're going to be doing on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Tip number 3 is school shopping. So everyone loves to go school shopping, but I have some tips and tricks to truly help you be successful as you start this school shopping. So the first thing you need to do is determine your budget. Understand what you want to spend and don't spend over that. Let's start with shopping for clothes. So start off by shopping for clothes at places like Sears or JCPenney's, or places that you have coupons for or you know are having great sales. And don't feel the need to overspend or buy expensive designer things, because the truth of the matter is children are going to grow out of those clothes. They're going to get stains on those clothes. They're going to grow out of those shoes. They're going to get their shoes dirty at recess. So there's no reason to spend hundreds of dollars on designer clothing and shoes. The second thing is supplies. So the way I like to do supplies is start by where I know is going to have the best sales. After I figure out what's going to have the best sales, I make sure that I truly review the school supply list so I know exactly what I need. And I go by myself. I do not take the children the first time so that I can get the essentials, But then I bring the children in on the second or third go round so that they can bring in some type of personalized designer of what they want to have their book bag look like or their lunchbox look like. My children are really into Spider-Man and basketball, and my girls are truly into like sequins and things like that. So I bring them in on the second or third round after I've gotten the notebooks and the paper and the pencils, the markers, the rulers, the staplers, the tape and things like that. And then I just let them pick out their backpack as well as their lunchbox, as long as it's in the budget, which is key. Tip number 4 is what I like to call the research. And the research is simply knowing who your child's teacher is. So whether your child has been at this school for a very long time, or this is your child's first year at this school, it is so important that you understand how this particular teacher teaching style is, their classroom management style, and those things. So don't be afraid to reach out before school to schedule a 15-minute phone conversation or a Skype conversation where you can express your child's academic and social needs, but then also find out about this teacher's teaching style, their classroom management style, and what their particular expectations are for their students. So tip number 5 is what I like to call one of the most important tips out of all of these effective habits that you can have your child or you can do to help them be successful in going back to school, which is what I like to call the talk. And the talk is essentially you having a conversation with your child about the expectations of what you expect them to do, but then also having them give their expectations of what they need from you as a parent. So these expectations could include how you expect their behavior to be, how you can expect their academic progress to be. And one of the good habits that I like to get into with my own children is having them create vision boards. And these vision boards could have photos of positive behavior as well as affirmations of what you expect and what they expect of themselves to keep them motivated to continue to do well in school as times get hard or work gets harder. So as promised, I said that I would give you a bonus step. And this bonus step is called the approach. And the approach is simply for you as a parent. Number 1, how are you going to approach this school year? It is so important that you forget about the past, what academic failures that may have happened in the past, what behavior issues that have happened in the past. And the reason why it's so important is because if it's important to you to let go of the past, it will be important for your child to let go of the past. So make sure you develop an approach that's new and fresh. And the other thing that you want to do is develop a timeline or a schedule of how you can be involved in the school year. Volunteering, whether it's the PTO, whether it's field trips, whether it's volunteering in the classroom. We are all busy. We are all busy parents. And it's important that you figure out how you can involve yourself into the school year within your busy schedule. So make sure you pull out your planner or whatever you need to do to show that you're going to be involved. You're going to start with a fresh start with your child, and you're going to let your child know the importance of honesty, communication, and being involved is to you. So let's recap the 5 tips and tricks plus the bonus things that you're going to do for your child so that they go back to school and they are ready to be successful. So the first thing you're going to do is set up a space in your home. This space is going to have all of the necessary resources and supplies that they need to do their homework as well as do their projects and anything that they have to do for school. The second thing that you're going to do is set up a schedule. And this schedule is going to be centrally placed, preferably in the kitchen because everybody loves to be in the kitchen. That's going to have all of the extracurriculars is going to be the top